Hi, good.
Blummer, someone turns next.
Robert,
Robert, nice to meet you. May I have a seat?
Sure, go
Perfect.
ahead.
Before I get started, I just want to pass you out my business card,
Thank you.
as well as, do you have one for me by chance?
I do, yes.
Perfect. Love to get your contact information.
Absolutely. There you go.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And I know we talked about 15 minutes. Is that still a good time
15
frame?
is good. Yep, I do have a hard stop though.
Perfect, absolutely. I want to make sure I'm respectful of your time, so I brought a timer with me.
No problem.
Robert, I just have to tell you how excited I am to be in this room with you right now. Pinecrest means actually something to me very personally. I was a Florida State graduate, and the first question my dad asked me when I told him I was going to Florida State was, "Fantastic, son. Where are we going to play golf when I come up for Parents Weekend?" So fast forward to my freshman year, I had to figure it out, and I didn't know anywhere to go. So I talked to some people, got a tee time at Pinecrest, and it was the best round I think that me and my dad ever had. So we made it our little tradition to come back there every year for all 4 years, and I just want to bring a copy. He actually hangs this up in his office, this little collage I made
That's great.
of all 4 years that we spent here. So
what was his favorite thing about the club?
he really does enjoy the par threes. He likes that they're long but not too long, and as well as they're challenging. He always likes to go for the par threes because that's the only chance he can hit a hole in one. So what really do you think that you like about the course since you've been here?
I am a little bit of a similar boat. My grandfather was a golf pro. My dad is a big golfer, so kind of grew up around it, and I knew it was a business I wanted to pursue. And I love that it brings families together. It does things like this, and it's obviously just a great outlet for people in our community. I'm proud of what we do.
So I know I just want to make sure that this club stays protected because I want to keep coming back.
Yes, so we want you to come back.
So really what my goal is today is to make sure that it stays protected. I brought an agenda. I want to learn as much about you, as much as about the club and the risks that you're facing to make sure. So I have an agenda with us. It's going to start off talking a little about your current agent, move on to your business operations, concerns and challenges you have, ultimately what your goal is as a country club and what you want from your risk management program. Then I'd like to finish up a little bit about myself and talk about some insurance extensions.
Okay.
How does that sound?
Sounds great.
Perfect. If you don't mind, I'd like to get started and start taking some notes.
Sure.
So now when you start trying to make a decision like this, timeline is very important, especially with renewals. What does the timeline look for you guys in your club when you're making this decision?
Usually it's going to be about 2 months.
2 months?
Yeah, so we have some processes we have to go through.
All right. And when is your renewal window? I believe it was July 1st. Yes, July 1st is what John told me. Which is hard because I know originally he was supposed to take this meeting, but of course he has to go on vacation all of a sudden.
Yes.
So we got the timeline set down. Now for making this decision, I know a lot of country clubs have to work through a board. Do you have executive authority to make the decision, or do you have to take this to a board?
We do have a board.
You do have a board?
Yes. I'm a board member.
Board member.
I'm on that board, but we do have a board.
All right, so I would like to start talking a little bit now about your current agent. Specifically a little bit with the criteria when choosing an agent. What is it that you ideally want from your agent?
We want somebody who's local to the community, who supports what we support. I want to know that when we have a claim, I can pick up the phone and call somebody and somebody's there. I had a tough experience at the club I used to be with and just honestly kind of got burned a little bit.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we obviously went through a pretty big disaster, Hurricane Michael, and it completely wiped away our facility. And I kind of felt like I was left high and dry by my agent.
Was it lack of communication by your agent, or the fact that you weren't really covered where you thought you were covered?
All of the above.
All of the above.
Yeah.
So you're really looking just for communication as well as someone that's going to make sure they're doing their job and has your back.
So tell me, what do you guys do in a situation like that? We had some losses that weren't covered. What do you do when that happens, when the insurance company denies a claim?
Well, what we like to do with Some Insurance Agency and what's very different about us is that we work with a great list of carriers. I brought with me most of the carriers that we work with, some of which specialize in golf course specialty coverage. And those relationships are very important with us. They work well with us. They respect us. We respect them, and they respect our clients. So when we do have challenging claims process, we make sure to communicate that with the carrier, and the carrier communicates with us so we can be fair with our client. And then in aspects of areas where there's not coverage, it's my job to make sure that there aren't any. So by working with our carriers and me doing my due diligence, hopefully there isn't ever a claim that is not covered. But if not, we're going to be able to assist you in the best ways possible.
So what have you done in the past for businesses like ours? What have you done to protect them?
Well, what we do, and we actually write multiple golf courses in the area. We have Southwood actually as a client. I'm sure they're a competitor of yours.
Yeah.
And what we've set up for them is just kind of a disaster preparedness awareness, is really make sure that they're prepared for hurricanes and stuff like that. And we actually help them through Michael, and Michael's hard for everybody. And they had, of course, some area exposures, and we made sure that we got out there quick, because we obviously know that if your course isn't playable, you're not making any money.
Exactly.
So we were out there quick. We made sure their claims are handled quickly, appropriately, and we're able to actually satisfy them. And I brought with me a sworn testimonial from the general manager from Southwood. He says,
yeah,
he says,
wow.
he says, feel free to call him at any time, any questions. He can talk to you about how we've helped them in the past with their claims and just how we've done prior.
Okay.
Does that kind of help your concern a little bit?
It does, thank you.
Perfect. I'd like to move on now a little bit about your business operations, kind of like your day-to-day, and where you see that some of your bigger risks are. Where, with the golf course, I know you have the clubhouse, I know you have a restaurant, I know you also have a lot of lawn care, you have workers and stuff like that. Where have you struggled in the past with your operations and risk?
Well, I mean, obviously we've got some concerns with the restaurant. We've got some things in mind that we'd like to do there that could pose some larger risks. Obviously we've got our facilities and all of our equipment and our brands that we want to protect. Our clubhouse is beautiful. We're really proud of it. Want to make sure it's protected. Our employees, and we've got, just some future plans in the works to upgrade some things.
So as well as want to make sure your employees are protected and your buildings, of course, your greens, that's the whole business. With the restaurant, you said you have plans for the restaurant. Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so today it really kind of functions as kind of a daytime deal. We close at 6, open at 10 in the morning, but we're looking to actually expand that and to offer dinner. And obviously when you offer dinner, we would be offering alcohol as well. So that poses some more risks for us.
Of course, so you just want to make sure that while supplying the alcohol, you have appropriate coverage. Absolutely. Yeah. So I think that really helps me with what you're looking for business operations. So now I'd like to know a little bit about your challenges and concerns, if that's all right. Basically, what keeps you up at night as the manager of this course? What are some of your biggest worries that I can maybe help alleviate?
We have another Hurricane Michael, and I'm left with a club that's non-operable.
Now let me ask you this right now. Do you know if you have a hurricane preparedness procedure at all, or for anything for the before and after of the hurricane?
Very basic.
Very basic. And when's the last time that's been reviewed?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah, I'm new, and I'm not sure when the last risk manager and club manager reviewed that.
Do you think that'd be something you'd be interested in learning about more?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And lastly, Robert, what I want to talk about is really what is your goals from an insurance standpoint, from an agency standpoint, and as a country club standpoint. What would you like to achieve by this meeting?
I think I would like to just to get to know you and your organization. In this business, I want to make sure I can trust my broker. And like I said, I've been burned in the past and felt like that person wasn't really there for me. So tell me a little bit about what makes Seminole different and what makes you different than the other people I'm talking with.
So you're concerned with just how we stack up against our competition, really?
Yeah.
Well,
why should I do business with you?
Well, here at Seminole Insurance Agency, which is what the agency I work for, it's local to Tallahassee, which I know that's something you're looking for. We've been in the area for over 60 years. We do specialize mostly in outdoor recreational facilities such as soccer fields, baseball fields, as well as country clubs. So we do have a great...
So do you write some of my competitors?
We do. That's actually why I brought the testimony from Southwood.
Do you write others beside them?
Yes, we also write Golden Eagle. I just didn't want to flood you with testimonials from all of our clients. So we are with Golden Eagle as well. Then we have helped Don Vellner in the past as they're under reconstruction. So we have a track record and experience in the industry, as well as we really do a good job to strive for customer satisfaction, specifically with claims management, and to make sure that our customers stay our customers.
Okay.
Does that alleviate your concern a little bit?
I think so. I've got to be honest though. You're great, but you're young. You're new to this business. So when you have a challenge that we present that maybe is just kind of a unique scenario with us, and you don't know the answer, how do I know it's going to be solved correctly?
So you're concerned a little bit with my age, make sure I'm experienced enough to
I am, to be
take you down the
honest.
right
Yes.
track.
Yeah.
That's 100%
Yeah.
fair. I know I am young, and being young though, I'd like to say I have worked with Solo Insurance Agency now for 4 years. In that 4 years, I have learned all my licenses. I've actually continued my education and earned my CIC. I brought you a certificate of my CIC.
Very nice. Okay.
And so I have a lot of knowledge, but specifically at Seminole, it's not just me that you're dealing with. You're really getting a whole team. And so like what we like to say at the office is I may be the young quarterback, but we have a Hall of Fame head coach. We have an all-pro wide receiver. We have a great left tackle that really all has to work together to make the team work. So you're not just dealing with just my opinions. You're getting everything from Seminole Agency as well.
So what do those other people on the team do, and what would you do?
Well, the team's comprised of account manager. Those help me with making sure that my clients are well tracked. I become a touch point, but if there's something that I can't specifically do and they can do, they'll deal with you. We do have a risk management team which comes out for quarterly updates to make sure that the procedures that we put in place are working.
Okay.
As well as just more service people to make sure that we're not getting overloaded with documents and to make sure that we don't miss anything.
Okay.
That's what we really like to strive for at Seminole Insurance, is not missing anything.
Okay.
So if that addresses your concern, I'd like to talk to you a little bit lastly about Seminole Insurance.
Sure.
So at Seminole Insurance, like I said before, we are local. I brought a flyer with you. You can find this on our website. It talks a little bit about Seminole Insurance, how we've been in the industry for 60 years, how we're local, how we specialize in
checked out your website before we had this meeting. Yeah.
how we have a track record with country clubs and outdoor recreational facilities, as well as being so interested in the community. We have won some awards. The Tallahassee Democrat has awarded us #1 insurance agency in customer satisfaction.
That's great.
As well as we have a retention rate now of 95%, which all this fancy terminology means is that when people become our clients, they stay our clients because we make them happy and we satisfy them the best way possible.
Okay.
So really what I would like to do today is take all these needs that we identified today with wanting a local agent, wanting to make sure your building's protected, wanting to check out liquor liability with the restaurant, as well as maybe a hurricane protection course. Is there anything else I missed there before I move on with your needs?
You tell me. You're the expert here. So, I think I've told you about our organization, but I'd like to hear from you if there are things that I haven't considered.
I think for now, what we've touched upon, I think I have enough to do what I want to do, which is to bring these back, along with a copy of your current policies now, to do what we do best at Seminole Agency, take it with our team, uncover problems, and come up with unique solutions. As well as then bring those solutions back to you for a follow-up meeting to see if we meet or exceed your expectations, and if we do, maybe do business together. How does that sound?
I look forward to our second meeting. I'll see how that goes.
Perfect. How does next Tuesday around 10 o'clock sound?
I think that actually should work. That will work, yes. Thank you.
Perfect. Well, I look forward to it then.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good job. Real name Amy.
Cole. Nice to meet you.
Cole.
Oh gosh, that's so nerve-wracking. I'm so glad I got to go first.
Yeah,
So,
I know. It's nice to get it over with, right?
how do you think it went? Because this is actually, I'm on the RMI side. So
Okay, so
this is
then
my,
that's for you. Yeah.
yeah, I'm on RMI side.
Yeah.
So this is my first ever type of sales competition.
You did a great job. Yeah.
Yeah. My
It's nerve-wracking.
yeah, it's very nerve-wracking. And then my girlfriend is on the actual sales team here.
Yeah.
So
So did you guys swap notes?
yeah, so we swapped. She's not competing. She did it last year, but
Okay.
like, she just I had to learn all the process and like the specific grading of it, and it was so much more intensive because like she told me she was a sales major. I was like, well, what do you got to learn? You know, it was crazy.
It's a lot. So what year are you?
I'm a senior. I'm graduating this year.
Nice.
I'm going to work with auto owners in the summer.
Yeah.
And doing commercial underwriting. So
Okay.
it'll be exciting.
That's exciting. Yeah.
I have interest in going to the broker side down the road. So I thought this was a no-brainer opportunity.
No, it's a great way to, you're going to learn coverage from the ground up and be a great technical expert. And it's a great way to kind of transition over to the broker side.
Who are you with?
I'm with BXS Insurance. We are a retail broker. We're a bank-owned organizations, and we have offices kind of throughout the southeast. The farthest east we go though would be kind of like Birmingham, Troy, and then the Panhandle, Florida. So we don't go deeper into Florida.
Yeah, you don't go down south.
No, we don't.
You really don't want to mess around. There's too many hurricanes.
Well, I live in Baton Rouge though. So
Oh, do you?
Yeah, so
I could hear the accent
yeah,
a little
yeah,
bit.
so we get our fair share, but yeah. So are you from Florida originally? Or?
Yeah, I'm from down south of Walnut
Yeah.
Heads. I'm from Naples, Florida,
Oh,
so
nice.
so down on the
Yeah.
West Coast.
Nice, yeah.
And
Beautiful.
I actually did
Yeah.
grow up golfing all
Yeah.
my life, so
Yeah.
this I was so excited when I read the case study. I was like, oh,
My
perfect.
grandfather really was a golf pro.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So I knew instantly. I was like, well, I don't even have to like lie about this report.
Yeah.
Like I can just.
Yeah, I can do it.
Yeah.
We're good.
Oh, okay.
We finished.